I'm Andrew Hoyle for CNET, and I'm here taking a look at Sony's latest flagship phone, the 5.2-inch Xperia Z3. Now physically it's easy to see the resemblance between the Z3 and its predecessor the Z2. They both have this metal frame around the edge and it's got glass front and back. Now there are a few physical differences to note. Firstly, of course, it's got a much slimmer bezel which makes the screen pop a lot more, and the body has been made a little bit smaller. So you've got metal around the edge, but these corners have been made with nylon, so if you do drop it on the corner, hopefully it won't do quite as much damage. So the phone is completely waterproof, which does mean that some of its ports, like the power slot and the micro SD card slot, have been covered by flaps. Now, the phone has a 5.2-inch display, but unlike LG with its G3, Sony hasn't gone for a 2K resolution, instead sticking with full HD. Now, Sony reckons that with a slightly lower resolution and a more efficient panel, it's able to get up to 2 days of battery life, which is quite impressive, but of course we'll see how that really stands up in our own tests. The screen does at least seem very, very crisp, and it's extremely bright and bold as well. On the back of the phone you'll find a 20.7 megapixel camera, and Sony reckons this is incredibly good in low light with high ISO levels, and also has optical image stabilization to keep your shots nice and crisp even when you're moving. A neat extra that Sony has included on the Z3 range is the ability to hook it up to your PS4 on the same Wi-Fi network and essentially use your phone as a second screen for your PlayStation. That does mean that you can play actual PS4 titles using your phone as a screen rather than your TV. The Xperia Z3 isn't a big revolution over the Xperia Z2, which is probably not surprising given the Z2 was only announced 6 months ago, but its slight changes to the design, and if Sony has been able to dramatically increase the battery life, means that the Z3 should still be a great flagship phone. It's due to go on sale globally towards the end of the year, although Sony hasn't yet discussed how much it will cost. I'm Andrew Hoyle for CNET, and this is the Sony Xperia Z3.